Hello students, welcome to English class. Today we are going to discuss a new chapter and the theme of the unit is environment. And through the lesson we will be discussing about recycling and water conservation. So the title of our chapter is waste disposal. So before beginning the chapter, here is a small box given to you that tells you about the kind of waste. So waste can be divided into two types: biodegradable waste and non biodegradable waste. And biodegradable waste is that waste which can be decomposed naturally. Okay, so we don't need to do anything, it gets decomposed easily. But non biodegradable waste stays there and it cannot decompose or break down. It stays there in the soil for thousands of years, which become harmful for us and damage the fertility of soil. So there are some items given to you in boxes and you need to sort out these items into two categories. You want to tell which one is biodegradable and which one is non biodegradable waste. So let's begin our lesson. Waste management is about all the activities and action that are needed to manage waste from its source to its final disposal. Most solid waste generated by household or commercial establishment end up in landfills. Read this report about one of India's biggest landfills. So, this is a report about one of India's biggest landfills near the capital city of Delhi. So here we have given what is waste management. While traveling from central Delhi towards Ghazipur, the first warning that you get that you are approaching a landfill is the sight of circling birds of prey. Then the mound of waste becomes visible just before you are assaulted by its stench. You will also see a steady stream of smoke as decomposing waste generates a highly combustible methane gas. So it is sad to note that India does not follow a proper system of waste disposal and management. And in this paragraph, it is saying that the Ghazipur landfill is situated very close to houses, ignoring all safety rules. And one can see birds of prey circling this huge mountain of waste at all times. And the decomposing waste continuously generates dangerous methane gas. None of this bothers 10-year-old Jeevan and 12-year-old Devender as they make their way to the top. For years, they have spent much of their time at the Ghazipur landfill picking, sorting, and selling waste. Without the protection of gloves or masks, the boys, like most rag pickers, are vulnerable to infections and illness. Often, we cut ourselves on bits of discarded glass or metal, says Jeevan, but they show no animosity towards the waste that helps them earn a living. So here vulnerable means capable of being easily attacked, and animosity is ill feeling or hatred. So India does not follow a proper system of waste disposal and management. But this does not stop children like Jeevan and Devender from spending most of their days on this landfill by picking, sorting and selling waste in order to earn their livelihood. And most rag pickers, they are vulnerable to infections and illness as they often cut themselves on bits of discarded glass or metal. But still they don't show any sort of bitterness or ill feeling towards this mound of waste. The land just outside the landfill is dotted with markets, houses, and places of worship. This violates the municipal solid waste rules, which states that landfills should be away from habitation clusters. Activists feel that we follow a flawed system of waste disposal and management. We need to discourage landfills as these dump sites catch fire easily. These fires are often difficult to extinguish because they burn through methane, plastic, and other highly flammable substances. They say that landfill waste should be compacted and put under soil cover daily so that there is no fear of pollution. So landfill waste should be ideally be compacted and put under soil cover daily, but that is hardly done any of the landfills in India, and otherwise it can catch fire easily due to the presence of methane, plastic, and other flammable substances. Improper waste management causes problems such as air pollution from burning of waste both at landfill sites and in open areas. It also causes pollution of groundwater when leakage. The liquid residue that forms as water seeps through contaminated areas, mixes with surface and groundwater. So, improper waste management causes many problems. Moreover, it can also cause pollution of groundwater when leakage mixes with surface and groundwater. We need to learn from Sweden, which is a zero waste country, or we need to learn from countries like Sri Lanka, which is segregating its waste, or Bhutan, where everybody is conscious to not pollute their land, says Swati Sambyal, Center for Science and Environment. So, India needs to learn about segregating its waste from countries like Sweden, Bhutan, and Sri Lanka, where people are careful not to pollute the environment or segregate their waste properly. There is a need to organize awareness programs for citizens to encourage segregation and recycling. Most activists push for segregation at source and feel a strict set of laws and the fear of penalty is needed to make people comply. So here in India, there is an urgent need to organize awareness programs for citizens who need to be told about recycling and segregation at source. And a strict penalty could also stop people from polluting their environment. So next topic, the Swachh Bharat Mission. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Clean India Mission is a campaign in India that aims to clean up the street, roads and infrastructure of India's cities, smaller towns and rural areas. The campaign was officially launched on 2nd October 2014, the 145th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat, New Delhi. It is India's largest cleanliness drive to date, with people from all parts of India participating in the drive. The mission aims to achieve a Swachh Bharat by 2019 as a fitting tribute to Mahatma Gandhi on his 150th birth anniversary. So what is Swachh Bharat mission? Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or Clean India Mission is a cleanliness campaign that aims for a clean India by 2nd October 2019. That is the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. And it's India's largest cleanliness program. People from different sections of the society have come forward to join this mass movement of cleanliness. From government officials to soldiers, Bollywood actors to sportspersons, industrialists to leaders have all lined up to take on this challenging task. They help by organizing cleanliness drives and launching awareness campaigns on hygiene. The website My Clean India highlights the cleanliness work carried out by citizens. So, Swachh Bharat mission is India's largest cleanliness program, and many people from different sections of the society are eagerly participating in it. And they are organizing cleanliness drives and launching awareness campaigns on hygiene. Swachh Bharat has been receiving tremendous support from the people. Taking the broom to sweep the streets, cleaning up the garbage, focusing on sanitization and maintaining a hygienic environment have become a practice. So people are now seen sweeping the streets, cleaning up the garbage, focusing on sanitization and maintaining a hygienic environment. And the website My Clean India serves to highlight the cleanliness work carried out by citizens from different parts of India. The people of Maharashtra's Navalwadi village had faced a massive scarcity of clean water in the past, but now the village has an abundance of water. The people got together and built a 35,000 liter water tank and installed water pipelines. The villagers also cleaned up the surroundings. So, the villagers of Navalwadi in Maharashtra got together to clean up their surroundings, and they installed water pipelines. Inspired by the Swachh Bharat mission, the villagers in Thrissur Purakkal, Kerala decided to tackle the huge garbage dumps in their area. They put a proper waste management plan in place. They regularly removed waste, installed waste bins, and even set up a biogas plant. Now this village is the role model for the whole of Kerala. So in Thrissur Purakkal district also, the villagers decided to tackle the huge garbage dumps through proper waste management practices like installing waste bins and setting up a biogas plant. The village of Chauras is located on the banks of the river Narmada in Madhya Pradesh. The area in and around the banks was full of garbage. The villagers had no clue that the water they drank was polluted because of the toxic waste from the garbage. Here too it was people who came together to clean the river banks. The village has clean drinking water now and the river banks are clean. So the village of Chauras in Madhya Pradesh has clean drinking water, and the rivers bank which were once polluted and full of toxic waste is now clean thanks to Swachh Bharat mission. In many villages across India, it is the women and the children who are helping to create awareness on cleanliness. The women take part in the cleaning program because they believe that their children are the future of the villages, and that as mothers it is important for them to set an example. Students in primary schools are taught the importance of cleanliness, and they in turn spread the message to their families. So in many other villages, it is the women and the children who are helping to create awareness on cleanliness, and the mothers think it is their duty to set a good example for their children. And students in primary schools are also taught the importance of cleanliness and hygiene, and they in turn spread the message to their families. The objectives of Swachh Bharat also include eliminating open defecation through the construction of individual and community owned toilets. So many individual and community toilets have been built across the nation, and this has succeeded to a certain extent in eliminating open defecation, which is one of the main objectives of the Swachh Bharat mission. In the Jahanabad district of Bihar, nearly 14,000 women brought about a social change by coming together to clean up their surroundings and convincing villagers to build toilets. The residents of Rajasthan's Chittorgarh, Bhilwara and Udaipur district now have individual toilets in their homes. The collective effort by the people has resulted in more than 3,000 toilets in Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. In Haryana, the importance of building toilets was spread through billboards, posters, and radio advertisement. So in these places toilets were built, and this helped to eliminate open defecation and clean surroundings. By inviting people to participate in the drive, the Swachhta Abhiyan has turned into a national movement. Citizens are now becoming active participants in cleanliness activities across the nation. The dream of a clean India, once seen by Mahatma Gandhi, has begun to take shape. So, by inviting common people to take part in the drive, the Swachh Bharat has turned into a national movement, and the Swachh Bharat mission is thus helping to turn Mahatma Gandhi's dream of clean India into reality. So that's all about the chapter. I think it is clear to you. That's all for today. Thank you.